Guys, hey, what's up? I know I haven't put up a video on this channel for a while, but I've been real busy with family stuff, and these are actually kind of in-depth to make. I mean, you gotta do research, you gotta find pictures that you can actually use and compile it all. It's not just a food video, it's a lot harder, but so I've been stewing on this one for a while. Today we're gonna be discussing superstitions and where they came from, and it's been pretty interesting research. I think I learned a little bit here and there, and we're gonna go ahead and start off with this opening an umbrella. It's one everyone's heard. Don't open an umbrella inside, and it's just bad luck, don't do it. And as far as I can tell, the modern superstition about that comes from the 18th century, when the modern umbrella was just getting to be used, and it had metal spikes on it, and it was spring loaded, so if you went to open one inside, not only could you poke an eye out, but you might actually knock over someone's priceless vase. So it was more practical than necessarily bad luck back then, but that's probably where it came from. And now this one, it's not as clear, but it's so black dogs. I mean, this one's not as prevalent. You may not have heard of it, but if you see a black dog in the middle of the night, it's supposed to be a bad omen, or even sometimes during the day, it's a death omen. It's very scary, it's supposed to be, but as far as I can tell, this probably stems from the fact that Cerberus back in Greece was a black dog that guarded hell, and then there's numerous stories of people coming across black dogs and then apparently something bad happening in their family. So this one, people pretty much just blame on actual accounts of bad things happening after seeing one, but yeah, I'm thinking it's probably the Cerberus thing. I mean, hellhound, black dog, kind of makes sense. And speaking of things that are black, how about this Alright, so the black cat, it's considered a bad omen, and you don't want to come across one. And I strive to figure out why that is. Best I can tell, the modern idea for that comes from the fact that black cats, like ravens, are, I don't know, they're black. You see them every now and then, and it just became associated with bad things. It doesn't help that during the witch trials and all that, that people began to associate Satan with witches and sending black cats to them to talk to them, and that some witches they thought could turn into one. So it's probably about that time that that really got cemented in there. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and talk about this. Alright, so walking under a ladder. So this one seems to go back to Christian ideals and the Holy Trinity, believe it or not, because when a ladder is leaned up against something, or even if it's just at its peak like this, it makes a triangle, and the triangle was a symbol of the Trinity, and by extension, the ladder making a triangle was seen as a divine symbol, and walking underneath it would forsake God. Not really sure how that really got connected, but strange times. Okay, so now the final one, and a very interesting one. We've got Alright, so on Friday the 13th, it's supposed to be the bad luck day. All of those superstitions we already mentioned, you gotta avoid them, or you're gonna just curse yourself royally. And I did some research, tried to find out why specifically Friday the 13th, but I couldn't. It seems to be about the number 13. There's Christian stories that involve 13. The 13th person at the Last Supper was Judas. a 13th guest that came to a Norse dinner, happened to be Loki, and he killed a god. So it's an unlucky number, and by association that got tacked onto the day. That's not really the explanation I was looking for, but these things change over time. Sometimes you just can't find why something is how it is, and that's part of the mystery. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll try and get back to making new ones on this channel. So like, subscribe, give me ideas, and have a good day.